Hey, 7th graders, fresh off of your quiz, we're going to start lesson 16, which is the most famous ratio of all. And if you have seen Rudolph, maybe you're singing the same song I am right now. So, most famous ratio of all is pi, 22/7. So, what is a radius? Is half the distance across the circle. Diameter is the full distance across the circle. Circumference is the distance around the circle. Perimeter of a semicircle is the sum of the length of the diameter and half of the circumference of a circle with the same diameter. Pi, which looks like this little symbol right here, can be used like that in your calculator. Otherwise, it's estimated at 3.14 or 22 divided by 7. It's famous for being a never-ending number. So, how do we find all these? Radius, if you wouldn't know it, you'd take the diameter divided by 2. Diameter is 2 times the radius. Circumference is either 2 times pi times the radius or pi times the diameter. And a semicircle is a little more complicated. So it's diameter plus half pi times the diameter. So let's do a few problems. So we're going to find the circumference for the following 3 and then the diameter and circumference for the 4th one. So we're going to go to our fancy dancy whiteboard. So how do we find the circumference? Let me get my pen ready here. We're going to take the diameter, which is 21, times, 21 times pi, which gives us 66 centimeters, roughly, because we rounded. Okay. So all we did was take the diameter times pi. Next one, same thing. We're going to take diameter times pi again. So this is 91 times pi, and that is roughly 286 feet. That's all how you write circumference. There's no squared or cubed or anything like that. It's just straight label. I always do that. Forget that I had an extra button here. All right. So the last one here is new. We know the radius. So we need to take 2 times 35/2 times pi. So we can do that first part without a calculator. 35 times 2 is 70 divided by 2 times pi. Okay, or we could cancel the 2's because then it's just 35. Okay, so 35 times pi, roughly 110 meters. I will allow you to use 3.14 on your assignment if you cannot find a pi button on your calculator. I'll show you how to get there in just a couple minutes though. So next we need the diameter and the circumference. So we're going to take 11.7 times 2 to get the diameter. So we'll do that first. 2 times 1 is 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 times 1 is 2. We move this over 1. And a lot of times with circumference, diameter, radius, pi problems, you're going to have a decimal. So we're going to take 23.4 times pi, and after we write 23.4 centimeters here, so the circumference is 73.5 centimeters. Now let's try a perimeter problem. So the perimeter is 8. So our equation, or the diameter is 8. So diameter 8 plus half times the diameter times pi. So half of 8 is 4 times pi plus 8 is 20.56 meters. Okay, let's do one more. here, I just gotta find the problem. So we have a circle with a radius of 40 feet. So let's find the diameter. Let's find the circumference, and then we're gonna pretend that it's a half circle too. We'll find the perimeter of the semicircle. That's how I'm gonna write that. Okay, so 40 times 2 is 80 for the diameter. Oops. 80 times pi is, pull my calculator. So I'll try and show you how to do this. So on my phone, we'll go on the internet and do it too. If I hit this button up here, this one, it's gonna start my screen and bring me to more options. So then I'm going to hit this little button, which is the 2 arrows. I have to hit mine twice till I have a pi button right there on the bottom. I think it's in the middle, right? Yeah, right in the middle on the bottom. Okay. So maybe you can find it on your phone. Like I said, I'll show you how to do it on the internet in a second. So we have 80 times pi, and you can either type in your diameter with the multiplication symbol times pi, or just 80 pi, and then hit the pi button. Either way works. So our circumference is, I'm going to round to the 10th, so 251.3 feet. And now we have our perimeter. I'm going to give us a little more space here. So we're going to take 80 plus 1/2 times 80 pi. So we know what 80 pi is because of our circumference. So we can take half of that. 251.3 plus 80. So what's half of this? Oops, I did it wrong. 251.3 divided by 2. It's 125.65 plus 80. Looks like 205.65. Let's double check. That is correct. Oops, sorry again. I always do that to you guys. So our answer for the perimeter of a semicircle is 205.85 feet. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to an internet calculator. So here we have, we're going to have a pi symbol. Interesting, there is no pi symbol. All right, so here's what you're going to do then. So let's just say we have that last one, 80 times pi. So I type 80 times 3.14 equals, it's going to be close enough. So none of the answers I give you on your assignment are even in the same like decimal range. So if you get something that's close like that, because you use 3.14, that's fine. Just select that answer, because I did use the pi button, so it'll have a little bit different answer. Okay, excuse me. So we did that. So your assignment is to complete the ed model questions for lesson 16. Please let me know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful Tuesday.